Hello friends, Adam here with FED. So today we're continuing our playthrough of Fire Emblem, New Mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shadow, Lunatic Reverse Mode. And it's going to be Chapter 3X. To start off, I'll show off some cool things we have going on this chapter. Number one, we are promoting our first unit, that first unit being Milo. So he's going to use this, promote, and become a Berserker, but he won't be a Berserker for long. I'll say that for sure. As much as I like the stats that it gets, because 51 HP is really nice. Just allows him to survive a lot of crap. But we are going to be changing his class relatively quickly, and by relatively quickly, I mean right away. We're going to make him a Dragon Knight, or Draco Knight for this chapter. We have to change some people off of things so we have more space. So just doing some quick reclassing of just not useful units for this chapter. We're also going to be changing Pala to a Cavalier. This was honestly not necessary, but it was just in case. There are a few archers on the map that could have been an issue for our flyers, and I just didn't really need them to fly for the strategy I had going, and I didn't really need. I just didn't need the extra flying utility, and they both do fine as Cavaliers. Alright, so let's get into the gameplay. So we didn't have to use any rainbow potions, which is pretty nice. This chapter, it's pretty basic. It's a nice breather chapter after the last one that took like a day and a half to get through, and also was honestly really hard. To start, we have to move Reese. I failed a couple of recording attempts just because I forgot to move Reese in the beginning. He just gets murdered at the beginning if you don't move him. So here we line up our three combat units here, being Katria, Pala, and Milo, in such a way that they all only get attacked once. Honestly, Milo could have taken on all three Armor Knights at the same time, in the same turn, because he's insane. But that wouldn't work out for the strategy, because we need his HP to be high enough to move forward. And also, I make a point in this chapter of giving as many kills to Katria as I can. I would like her to... I really want to power level her a little bit. Get her to a point where she is a really solid, reliable combat unit similar to Milo. And we'll also be doing the same with Pala as we go. But Katria, we did give her the growth drop or whatever it's called. It gives plus 10 growths to everything, except for HP, it gives plus 20 to your growths. I figured she would use it better than most people. She already has pretty good growth rates, and I definitely am going to be using her. So, yeah, there we go. So it's just going to make her even better, which really is a bit overkill, but it's fun. I really wanted magic here for Linde, but it's okay. And then Marth gets a rare kill. It's rough. I want Marth to get more experience than he does, but I don't feel like there's a lot of opportunity just because he's lagging behind my mounted units, and also, like, that didn't give very much experience either. But he's lagging behind our units, and also he is really fragile. So here, we have to kill this archer here, or else he'll attack Milo. Milo does survive the hit, by a good margin, by like 12 or 13 HP, but we'd rather not deal with that. But sadly, we miss here, which totally screws up. So I could have done some safer stuff using Pala and what else? What I should have done is healed Pala with Malaysia and allowed her to use a javelin to attack the archer on the same player phase just in case I needed to. But it ended up okay. We got really lucky with the dodge. I mean, otherwise I probably just would have reset and just done it again until the RNG was not a jerk. Because we need Milo to fly over here to protect Reese. Here I also make a bit of a mistake. I was supposed to switch to a steel axe, but for some reason I decided to check the numbers again just to make sure. And I was like, oh, it works with an iron axe, but it doesn't. I need the steel axe here, which is a bit of an issue, but we work it out fine. Still, again, I want to give Katria as many kills as possible. I really want her to get to a point where I feel comfortable promoting, but that won't be for a while, I don't think. In particular, I think I'm going to wait for the Elysian Whip, which allows her to be a Pegasus, not a Pegasus Knight, sorry, a Falcon Knight instead of a Draco Knight, because I want her to be able to use the Lady Sword while also being able to fly. I really like the Lady Sword. It's probably one of my favorite weapons in the game at this point. So see, here's the problem. This guy survives with 1 HP, except we get a super lucky crit. So again, I probably would just reset, and my strategy all would work if the RNG would work with me the way I wanted it to, and if I just didn't forget to use the steel axe there instead of the iron. But it worked out. And actually that enemy can roll lower defense. Actually, no, he can roll lower. I think it was either lower defense or lower HP. When I was testing, it worked with an iron axe at one point. So I could have gotten lucky in that way too, but just didn't. Also, we're covering up all these fort tiles because more armor knights pop out of them, and that's just frustrating. I don't want to deal with it. So I hate reinforcements, and I'm going to block them when I can. Again, just setting up Katria to take as many kills as possible. So we put her here in a position to fight this armor knight. I debate whether or not I want to use the Lady Sword or use the Steel Lance, but ultimately the Steel Lance does the job fine, and we're saving uses of the Lady Sword for later, when it's actually a little more necessary, a little more useful. So we do line up Milo in the mountains here. I don't want him to take any more kills this chapter, but I do line him up just in case we need him to kill this guy, like if something happens and Katria can't. But it should be fine, because we have a javelin on Katria and she'll be able to take a step back and throw it at him. And if she misses again, we have Milo ready to clean up so we don't have to reset. And now from here, it's basically just moving Marth to the throne while also moving Katria over to take care of the last armor knight. This map is like super easy, super nice, kind of chill, relaxing time after the last one, I'm not gonna lie. The only difficult thing is protecting Reese, but once you know what you're doing, it's honestly not that bad. So the ultimate strategy, I feel like, and I think this is what other people do too, is you just need a flyer that can fly over in a relatively quick fashion. I was able to take a turn at the beginning to help clear out some enemies before flying over directly with Milo, but that is like basically the slowest I could go to keep Reese safe, because he will get sandwiched between all the armor knights and stuff, and we'll just end up dying. So here we have Katria, again, getting as much experience as possible. I don't know why I have her wait, not just attack, but whatever. Actually, I do that so she doesn't die on player phase. I mean, enemy phase. Because I'm not a stupid bad player. I think I did math wrong. I don't know if she gets a kill here. Oh, she misses. That's what happens. But we get a crit to compensate. Again, so the RNG gives and the RNG takes away. It was a crazy map that way. It was kind of a fun recording session for that. But yeah, that is Chapter 3X. We got our boy Reese, and it was a pretty successful map in terms of getting some level ups for some units that needed them. And here we have the opportunity to change our hairstyle with Reese, but I just don't have the heart to get rid of that flowing mane. Gotta keep that hair. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll catch you next time.